Hello, and welcome to another First Chapter Friday. I have got a book to share with you. This is part of a series. I probably should be reading book one to you, but I'm going to start with book two in hopes that you'll go back and read book one too, because I am loving the series, JD and the Family Business. If you did not get to meet JD and his family in book one, please go back and read this and then come read this book too. You're going to like them both. But let me share with you chapter one so you'll see just why this book is so special. Chapter one, Mom's New Hair. No comments. Chapter one, Mom's New Hair. JD! I heard my mom yell out to me. Come here real quick. It was the night before her college graduation. Her second one, actually. The first one was when she studied to be a nurse, but she wanted to try something else. This time, she went back to get a business degree called an MBA. She'd be starting a new job at the mayor's office. I had a newest job too, and I was only 8 years old. After I won the Great Barber Battle of Meridian, Mississippi a few months ago, I started working for the one real barbershop in town, Hart and Son. With the money I made on Saturdays, I bought candy and comics. When I got to my mom, she was standing in front of the bathroom mirror. I could see she had thrown her entire box of hair supplies in the trash. JD, I want you to give me a haircut. I need a new look for my new job, and I want to look special for my graduation. I'm giving a speech. Mom had been chosen to be something called a valedictorian. It sounded like a special award for being smart, which my mom was. We were excited for her to finish school. She said her new job would give her more time with her kids, me, my older sister Vanessa, and my baby brother Justin. We all lived together with my grandparents, Mr. and Mrs. Slayton Evans, in a one-story house built in the 1930s. You'd think it'd be a circus, but it wasn't. The grown-ups kept us organized. How do you want to look, Mom? I asked her. Mom sat down on the stool we kept in the bathroom and pulled out her phone. She showed me a picture on Instagram of the lady who played Nakia in Black Panther. She had a short haircut with a part cut into the side of her head. I want that, Mom said. Wow, Mom, really? I'd only ever seen my mom with short hair like her pixie cut, but this was short. Yes, I'm sure, she replied. I figured it's something a barber can do, and I have the best barber in the whole city living in my house, she said proudly. I went back to my room to get my clippers. The buzzing sound they made when I turned them on always helped me focus and get into the zone. As my mom's hair fell to the floor, I hoped I was doing a good job. I wanted her to feel special on her special day. When I finished, I passed Mom a hand mirror, and she took a look. She touched her head, and her eyes got wide. Then they started to get glossy. She was crying? Had I done a terrible job? Did she hate how she looked? I'd never done a lady's hair before, and maybe I needed to practice before I tried cutting hers. I imagined Mom getting up on stage tomorrow and everyone pointing and staring. The last time I had a crooked fade, the kids at school made fun of me for weeks. What had I done? Now Mom would need to keep her graduation cap on the whole time. Then her lips curled into a smile that changed her whole face. I can't believe how great I look, she said. No one had ever cried in my barber chair before. Thankfully, these were tears of joy. And my son James is the reason why I look great, she added. I felt so good and warm inside. Now, I was excited that my work would be on display in front of hundreds of people at the university auditorium tomorrow. Something like that hadn't happened to me since the Great Barber Battle. After I won, people would fist bump me, let me cut in line, or give me free samples at the ice cream shop. There was even an article written about me in the Meridian Star newspaper. Granddad framed the article and hung it in the living room next to some artwork I drew It was the best. I had been wondering if I was losing my touch. I'd had to pay for my own ice cream for weeks. Was I being forgotten? Mom gave me a tight hug and left the room beaming. At least she was still my biggest fan. Ooh, look at that haircut. She does look good. Granddad dropped Mom off early for her graduation rehearsal in the morning. That gave us enough time to prepare for Mom's secret surprise party. Okay, everyone, let's bring it to action, Granddad told us when we got back to the house. We put out a banner that said Happy Graduation above the back porch and used aluminum foil to cover the chocolate cake, fried chicken, and potato salad Grandma had made. Everyone who was invited was asked to bring an extra dish. And I was looking forward to eating everything when we got back. At the ceremony, Mom looked so confident in front of the audience with her new haircut. Her earrings glistened as she talked. But it was hard to concentrate on what she was saying because I got so hot sitting there in my church clothes. The good thing was that not only was Mom out of school, so was I. Summer vacation was about to start. Well, Douglas Elementary School was about to finish up, but the Evans summer school program would be in full effect. Granddad, aren't I going to learn this stuff next year? I had asked him when he gave me a sheet of paper with every subject he, my grandmother, and Mom planned to go over with me and my sister this summer. It's better to be ahead than behind, he had said. I guess he was right. But just once, I'd like to be able to do nothing but swim, play video games, and eat ice cream until school starts. And last but not least, please clap for our final graduate, Mr. Harold Zeet. I felt a tap on the back of my head as Mr. Zeet smiled and grabbed his diploma. It was Vanessa. She had handed me a piece of paper. It read, I have an idea for how to have the best summer ever. Let's talk at the party. This deal will expire, so don't miss out. My sister had a huge grin on her face. She only smiles like that when she's up to something, like the time she got the idea to sneak out of church and go home to finish watching The Mandalorian after our friend Jessica shared her Disney Plus password with us. Vanessa timed it perfectly so we could get back before anyone knew we were gone. What did she have in mind this time? And how much trouble would we get in? Only one way to find out. Check it out from the library. Hope you enjoyed it like I did. Happy reading.